What is up, diehards? Wes Monell in the building for AWOL Sports with Paul Durfee, Leo Holmes. All right, fellas, you see a a couple handfuls of players on this list right here. Who is the most impressive player through 5 games for you, Paul, in these NBA finals so far?
You want me to rank my top 5?
Not yet. Just give me your most impressive player right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll do one from each team. Obviously, like Steph is kind of doing his thing, but I feel like I got to shout out Andrew Wiggins, especially after last game. I think he's been kind of showing what he can do on both ends of the floor. Offensively, is playing off Steph and Clay. His shot selection has improved a lot since his days in Minnesota. So I think he's just taking better shots. And he's kind of been needed offensively this series because Clay's kind of had like spurts where he just kind of disappears. And then, obviously Draymond's not going to give you anything offensively. And when Steph's kind of like off the floor, whatever, he's going to have to carry some of the scoring load. And he's been able to do that, to some extent this series. I think he's averaging like 18 and 10 so far this series. And he's doing just an amazing job on Tatum on the defensive end of the floor. So, I feel like I got to give him some big props for his performance this series, and, stepping up when it's needed most. For the Celtics, I actually really like what Robert Williams has been doing when he's on the court. I really think he's been a big X factor for them that kind of no one's talking about. Just the defensive presence he brings, the shot blocking, if it's not blocking, he's altering shots. Offensively, he's getting him second chance points. And then when I was looking back at the past 3 games, he's actually led the Celtics in plus minus the last 3 games. So take from that what you want, but I feel like, the stats, like if you watch him in person, you can see that I feel like Boston is playing better when he's on the court. So.
All right, Leo.
Well, to the Andrew Wiggins thing, I'm just gonna say I can't. No, let's not do this. Don't start that. Wiggins had a great last game and a half. I'll give him that. I mean, if he didn't have 16 boards in Game 4, we got a different feel in regards to Wiggins. But let's not act like Wiggins is out there doing something crazy. For me, I'm a little bit more of a harsh critic on this series. Because most impressive, in my opinion, I'm probably going to go to floor sweepers from Golden State. I think they've done a pretty good job of keeping the floor dry. When you just look at it, Steph is putting up numbers. But, if I'm going to keep it all the way a buck, we're talking about a dude who's on the cusp of top 10 all time in the NBA, what you call the greatest shooter ever, what has how many different records when it comes to shooting the basketball. And you're the best player on this team, I expect you to put up numbers. That's like LeBron showing up in the finals and me wanting to give him credit for going 25, 7, and 7. If you're not doing that, I'm not going to be impressed. I'm like, it's an expectation at this point. So for me, Steph's got to play like he's playing. Wiggins, inconsistency at best. And for the Celtics, Wes, you love to call them young and dumb. I'll switch it up a bit. They dumb young. Because they not understanding what they need to do in certain situations. Like Tatum, stop trying to dribble into double teams. Like either take that easy sidestep, step back 3 you want to get. Marcus Smart, you a bulldog. Just bully people. Stop trying to show you can do things that you really don't need to be trying to do. But if I had to go with somebody, I would agree with Paul on Boston of Robert Williams because that man can't walk in between games. I think they literally got him on one of them little one-leg willies talking about whee as he just moves down the hallway. But he shows up for the game and blocking shots, affecting shots. He can't run up the court, but he can figure out a way to make sure you don't get up the court. So I'll give him credit as the most impressive.
You sure you don't want to just say Andrew Wiggins?
You want me to rant. That's it. You just want to get something out of me. Like, hey, I'll give Wiggins credit. The dude, if I was going to ask a question that would reference Wiggins, my question would be if Steph has an off game 6 and Wiggins has an efficient productive game 6 and the Warriors win, does Wiggins have the possibility of jumping Steph for Finals MVP?
Yes.
Paul?
I think he does too. Yeah. I mean, because of the defense.
Y'all gonna make me pull up a non-existent hair I don't have. Yeah.
I got
I
a
mean,
point that
I agree
supports
with
both
you.
of
I
you.
agree with you.
There's no
I
one
got a
else in
point
Golden
that-
State who's remotely close, who would be remotely close besides those two. So if Curry has another off game and Wiggins plays like he did again, then yeah, it's gonna be a hard decision.
So something to Leo's point, game 5 was the first time all year, season, playoffs, all games combined, that Andrew Wiggins led the Warriors in points and rebounds in the same game. So Leo, to your point, and to my cautionary tale, because I'm on your side of the fence on Andrew Wiggins' career season up to this point in time. This series specifically, I can't go against the grain just for the sake of going against the grain. Dude is just he's excelling. He's playing better basketball than the other two wings on the other side of the floor. He's a high draft pick just like them. I can't sweep it under the rug, man. I gotta give the man his props while he's doing this thing. He's doing his thing a little bit better than the other guys are right now. And I can't fault him because I think it's kind of an underwhelming finals, if I'm being honest. I think this final is a little underwhelming despite the excitement, despite the talent, despite how great both defenses are or could be in stretches, more so in Golden State, because we know Boston had an amazing year on D. But yeah, so that one thing was to your point, Leo, about Wiggins leading them in points and boards in one game. That was the first time he did it all year. Paul, something to your point, and guarding Jason Tatum, 55 possessions. Tatum only has 13 points going against Andrew Wiggins. That's some shit right there. I mean, can you acknowledge that much at least, Leo?
The man has played well. I'm not going to sit there and say he hasn't played well, but when we say consistency in this series, because we talking about the series, we've got 11 points and 6 rebounds off of 12 shots. We've got 18 points and 7 rebounds off of 16 shots. We're not talking efficiency, nor are we talking about putting up some stellar let's get it numbers. And I get it, Clay hasn't had the greatest finals, but to mention Andrew Wiggins in the words consistency, come on, man. No.
You can't say it's been JB, Tatum. Steph's the only one you can say has been more consistent in this series, these 5 games.
I'll take Jaylen Brown.
And
I love me some JB.
You gotta, and for the consistency factor, you gotta throw in the defense too. Like he's making such a big impact on that side that's part of the equation too. And I was a harsh critic of Wiggins too when he made the All-Star game. I was like so upset about that because
we all were.
But hey,
Literally, when they told him, he admitted it. He thought it was a joke. They were like, "You're an all-star starter." Y'all funny. No, we're serious. Me? Is there another 8 Wiggins? Come on, man. Y'all messing with me, right?
There is
There's
an
a
8
new
Wiggins on
in the
Oklahoma
league.
City. Aaron Wiggins.
Wow, Aaron.
Oh man.
Wow, dude. All right, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you get what I'm saying. Even though career-wise, I'm on your side of the equation there. I'm not trying to overhype something right now. He's just.
I'll say this.
You know what I mean?
I'll say this. The man definitely has a chance to win Finals MVP. And if he does, there's a bettor out there that's about to be doing cartwheels and backflips. Because there was a bettor that bet, I think it was $450. It was either $450 or $540. And if Wiggins wins Finals MVP, he wins $94,500. Yeah. That man over there talking about, hey, Steph, let's go for. He over there doing every move there is. He might go and hit a Creole lady up trying to get a little bit of that little jinx on Steph. He don't care.
Oh wow, man. Wow. Well, hey, let's piggyback off this talk right here. Let's talk your guys's. I'm with you, by the way, on Robert Williams. He's my guy for the Celtics. I had no idea you both were gonna say him, but that's a clean sweep across the board. I love, he's playing within his role. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's dropping dimes and running the offense like Tatum is, despite Tatum's shooting struggles. I respect what Tatum's going through, so I'm not trying to be too harsh. It ain't easy, but I'm with you guys 100% on Williams. He's doing his thing right now.